My name's Katie Hensley, and I chose to do my film oral project 2 over film from 1995 through 2005. I chose to specialize my film in the research of the Titanic. The Titanic was released in 1997. It was an American epic romance and disaster film. It was directed, written, produced, and edited by James Cameron, based off of the actual historical event about the sinking of the RMS Titanic. The main characters of the film were Leonardo DiCaprio, who starred as Jack, and Kate Winslet, who starred as Rose. The film tells how people from two different social classes fall in love during the voyage. The inspiration for this film came from James Cameron's fascination of his shipwrecks. He thought that portraying a love story combined with the loss would be a good idea to show the emotional impact of the disaster. The Titanic was funded by both Paramount Pictures and 20th Century Fox. The Titanic was the most expensive film ever made at the time that it came out in. The production budget of the film was $200 million. The film was nominated for 14 Academy Awards and was a critical and commercial success. The importance of the Titanic. The Titanic claimed to be unsinkable. After this disaster, several safety regulations in ocean travel changed to make traveling on the ocean safer today. Most people that were aboard the ship died, but there were a few left that told their story about the Titanic and their experience on it. The Titanic provided several important lessons. It demonstrated the unprecedented capabilities of human watercraft engineering, and it uncovered fatal flaws in ship design and safety. How was the Titanic well made? This film was 3 hours and 14 minutes long. It was filmed in several different locations. It is a very popular film that is still important and popular today. The film has lots of meaning and lessons behind it. It shows that money isn't everything, because whether on the ship, whether you were first class or not, they still found happiness and love. At the end, it didn't matter how much money that was in their bank accounts, because most of them died and they were all faced with life or death, and you can't bring it with you when you go, as the saying goes. The film has so many iconic scenes and quotes that are popular today, such as the famous "Jack, I'm flying" scene. Advances in cinema art. The visual effects of the Titanic were very effective and flawless. During the film, the sinking of the ship looks so real and makes you think that it is actually sinking. All effects of this film are very thrilling and makes it feel as if it were really happening. For this film to be so old, it has great effects and works that make it seem as if it could be a newer film because of the vivid works and effects that are portrayed throughout it. Technological significance of the Titanic. The Titanic had better technology than most films that throughout those days because the effects were so vivid. The Titanic was a marvel of state-of-the-art technology that captured the world's interest. The Titanic was an advanced ship that had lots of confidence and technology used. There were lots of new technology shown on the ship that was new of that time. Like the elevators were shown on the film, and that was an early technological advance for that time because most ships did not have elevators yet. The wireless setup for Morse code was the most powerful setup in use on the ship at the time. The ship had lots of technological advances for the time being. How was the film Titanic enjoyable? Well, for one, it was a classic film, so everyone loved that. The people enjoyed the romance and the storyline meaning. The film was full of action, and that kept it interesting and thrilling. The effects of the film were said to be state of the art, which recognized the new digital effects. The Titanic was altogether a teenage love story, a heritage movie, a special effects spectacular, a costume drama, a so-called chick flick, a disaster movie, a cross-class romance, and an intimate historical epic, all in one. The beauty of the Titanic. The images shown throughout the film of Titanic were very vintage and aesthetic. The story was a romantic and beautiful love story that caught the audience's eye. The art of the era involved was so unique and classic, and that's what made it so beautiful, was said to believe. The beauty of the film portrays a beautiful story about such a disaster that happened. Future of film. The Titanic was such a success that it sets the stage for later films. Fascinating because of the vivid special effects and wonderful acting throughout the film. The movie is a couple decades old, but it is still very popular today. Genre of the Titanic. The Titanic was altogether a romance film, a drama film, an action film, and a tragedy film, all in one. The romance was between Jack and Rose, everything that went on between them throughout the film. And the drama was from the so many different effects and drama in the film. The action of the film was all about how passengers react and the high point and climax of the film that happened, and the disaster of the ship and the tragic sinking at the end, and how everyone reacted about that. And we're excited.